What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Blitz the Show. Today's an exciting day because we have new content and a new program here in MLB the Show for the first time, it feels like, in a long time. It's awesome. I'm super excited. We know the Moonshot Bag Event is back, and they actually added a program with it this year. It's super exciting. So let's hop right into it and show you guys how to complete this thing as fast as possible, get some of these best rewards in the game, and take a look at some of these rewards. When you guys hop in, you're going to get some common pitchers and players that ultimately are going to be better than the normal common cards here. So let's take a look at Josh Hader right here, 64 overall, 97 velo slider, circle change, nice. Corey Kluber here should be really good with the sinker, cutter, slurve. Really bad hits per 9 at 40, but hey, he's a 64 overall. Jose Alvarado going to be a popular bullpen choice with the sinker cutter action. Really good pitch control there. Let's actually take a look what he's got. 80 on the cutter. That'll play for sure. Cliff Lee here going to get shelled, sinker cutter, circle change, knuckle curve, but overall another common card we can use. Johan Duran here, 99 mile an hour fastball. Let's see. He does have outlier too, so this is going to be a very popular card that a lot of people are going to be using right out of the gate here. So really nice to see. You're going to get some XP, and then the first card you're going to get here is a Jose Siri, 111 power versus righties, 65 contact versus righties, 91 power versus lefties, 91 clutch, 90 speed as well. I mean, this card is pretty nice for a center fielder with 87 fielding, no quirks, but overall a really good underrated player. At 20, you're going to get some more XP packs and stubs. Then you're going to get Josh Smith here, who is a nice utility card. He's a third base primary, first base secondary, shortstop secondary, and then left field secondary. Gold hitting with 89 contact, 86 power versus right, 96 contact versus left, 100 power versus left, with 100 clutch. Really, really good card here, and it's going to be very fun trying this card out, seeing if he's a budget beast for us, having all those positions. Earn some more packs and XP throughout this point. You're going to get Luis Arias, and they did their best to make this card really good, giving him some pretty good power numbers, which I'm a little surprised with. 100 contact versus right, 81 power versus right, 91 contact versus left, 78 power versus left, 89 vision, and 104 clutch. They listen to us with the discipline and durability with some of these cards. This is awesome to see. This Luis Arias card is incredibly good and probably one of the better Luis Arias cards that I've seen during my time on MLB the Show. More packs, more stubs. Roberto Clemente here. He always has a really bad swing, but this card's not too shabby here with 90 contact versus righties, 81 power versus right, 100 contact versus left, 93 power versus left, 70 vision, 105 clutch, and gold fielding. So a really solid right fielder for you guys to add in your lineup. You're going to work through and then get these full moon and eclipse packs, who we'll take a look at in a second here. And then at the end, you're going to earn yourself a Brian Roberts second baseman card. Brian Roberts always has a very good swing, and he's a switch hitting second baseman. This card is going to be in a lot of lineups going forward with silver fielding. No secondary position though, but 100 contact versus right, 92 power versus right, 88 contact versus left, 90 power versus left, with 75 vision and 95 clutch. This card is going to be incredibly good, so he will be in a lot of lineups going forward. So overall, all the free cards you can get from here are really, really good, and that's very exciting to see. You're going to have a difference between a full moon and an eclipse pack. In these full moon packs, there's a bunch of different cards you can earn. Let's start off with Joseph Ortiz here. Pretty solid against lefties, a shortstop, second base, third baseman, 86 fielding as well as enticing. Then when you go in here, you got Colt Keith, who always has one of the best swings of the game. Underrated card right here with 112 contact and 98 contact, 103 clutch as well, should be a solid option. Alan Trammell actually did him pretty good in terms of his power numbers at 72 and 80 there. Pretty good contact on both sides as well. Pretty bad fielding stats, but not too shabby. Harmon Killebrew here, 105 and 112 power with 81 vision is definitely very, very good. The 91 clutch as well does help, but the common fielding is not necessarily ideal. This card looks more like a DH. Zach Nato here, butchered that just like I always butcher names. 125 contact versus left, 90 power versus left. Very good clutch at 97. Really bad fielding though. Decent card right there. Kerry Carpenter here is going to rake off of righties. 109 contact, 106 power with 107 clutch. This card is going to be incredibly fun to use with 70 vision as well. Next card here, Bryce Terang. Really low steal stats, which is definitely interesting, but overall, really good clutch on this card. Not one of the better cards that are out. Dalton Varsho, really good fielding stats, pretty bad hitting stats. Another not too exciting card. Jock Peterson, Really, really good card right here, a DH type card. 110 contact versus right, 118 power versus right, 116 clutch as well. This card's unbelievably good, and he's going to mash for a lot of teams. And then we got Bo Bichette here. Whew, this card is nice. 101 contact versus right, 125 contact versus left, 88 power versus right, 100 power versus lefties with 120 clutch and 85 vision. This card's incredibly good. He doesn't have the speed that we look for at shortstop, but this card is really good, and I definitely am looking forward to try him out. Then in the Eclipse Pack, you're going to have some more cards here, and there's a lot more options. Heliot Ramos rakes off of lefties, really good there. Andy Page is another good card against lefties, an outfielder. Joey Bart, another good card against lefties. I think I sense a theme here. And then Jesus Sanchez here, 107 contact versus right, 93 power versus right, solid card. JJ Bleday, pretty balanced card here on both sides of the ball with 90 power. And then you got Mason Wynn, pretty balanced here, solid fielding card with a shortstop and then a second base secondary. Sean Murphy, 100 power versus right, 90 power versus left, really good clutch as well. Going to be a sneaky budget catcher for a lot of people here. Jason Giambi, this card could have been a lot better, only 100 power versus right. Pretty good hitting stats on both sides with 100 clutch. This is the card where they up their discipline and durability, making him a lower overall. And then we got Lou Brock here for left field. 111 contact versus right. Pretty solid stats everywhere else. Good clutch. Decent fielding stats. And then Jamier Candelario. Very, very good switch hitting third baseman. There's a ton of good third basemen in this game. 97 contact versus right, 110 power versus right, 94 contact versus left, 94 power versus left with 94 clutch. Really, really solid card. No defense with it. In order to complete this, you're going to have a bunch of different options of working through this. You're going to be able to just play the event, hit one home run, basically really easy, get ourselves through 10 there. You're going to have to throw these common cards and the cards you earn with this in your lineups, and ultimately I recommend these home runs you go through and play in a small stadium when you have a good amount of these. Throw them in your lineup for the event when you're playing, but throw these cards all on a small stadium at max elevation and go get your home runs a little bit quicker than going through and playing online. And then you could tally these stats as well while you're working through that. And all these stats can be done versus play versus CPU too. So this is very interesting. I think it'd probably be quicker to go through and do this on CPU versus playing the event, but I think I'm definitely going to try the event. When you do these, make sure you follow the missions here. Players with less than 40 speed, players over 80 speed, less than 65 fielding, higher than 85 fielding, right-handed hitters, left-handed hitters, switch hand. So make sure you go through and tally these, and you'll finish those. If you want to get some of these cards here during the event, these will also help you kind of work through. This one's pretty simple here where you just tally innings with cards and you hit some event home runs. So nice there. And then you get some Moonshot collection packs like we normally have. The one thing that is new, and I do want to show you guys Diamond Quest actually before I do that, you got Prince Fielder, Harrison Bader, Darren O'Day, Nolan Ryan. The Darren O'Day card and Nolan Ryan card are going to be incredibly frustrating to face online. But Prince Fielder, Harrison Bader, let's take a look at those cards real quick here. Bader, I think, is on the Twins, I want to say. Yeah, there he is. Bader, really good against lefties, solid against righties, silver fielding, not necessarily a great card. Good swing, though. This card could play up for a lot of people. And then when you go to the Brewers, you're going to see our boy Prince Fielder here. Let's see if they actually did him justice. 115 power versus right. That'll play. 92 contact versus right. A DH type card. Not great. Not bad. We'll see what we get out of him when we put him in our lineup. And then you guys are going to see when you go into your collection right here, the Moonshot collection, where you guys can finish all these cards. And no, this does not go towards Scott Rowland, so that is nice. You can earn yourself a Carlos Delgado with 16. Really, really good card. 100 power versus both sides, 100 contact versus left. Good vision, good clutch. Very, very good card who's probably going to find his way into my lineup and might be replacing Gil Hodges because that swing is booty. And then we got Yasmani Grandal at catcher. Really good power on both sides. Good vision, switch hitter. This is a budget type catcher that we need. The speed's not there, but this card's going to absolutely mash in my lineup. And then the card every single person wants, Byron Buxton here. Center fielder, no secondary position, which isn't ideal, but 100 power versus right, 101 contact versus left. Really good clutch as well. Overall, an incredibly good card and well worth finishing the collection for. Overall, guys, it's incredibly exciting to see MLB The Show actually updating and uploading some new content. I'm going to be excited to grind this, so make sure you guys drop any sort of comments with any tips that you guys need below, and I'm looking forward to catching you guys next time on Blitz the Show.